and welcome to the Bogan Baker. So this section we're going to make some herb bread. So I'm a bit of a, try them, see which ones you like. This is my personal favourite. Okay, the sourdough is a nice heavy bread, and this particular herb variation works really well with the sourdough. So when you buy a bread maker, you'll get your little recipe book and it will actually tell you the recipe. When it says put water in first, it means you need to put all your wet ingredients on the bottom, your dry ingredients on the top. So when it starts doing this to mix it, it mixes properly and then your bread will actually turn out. So to start with, we've got a cup of water, so just cold water. Tap water, doesn't really matter, that's fine. Now I need to get a dry cup. Forgot that one, didn't I? So we need a tablespoon of oil. So we're making herb bread, so I'm going to use the roasted garlic smash olive oil, and I'm also going to use a little bit of zing. So if you watch the pasta episode, then the zing, a little bit citrus, quite nice. So just a little dribble of that. Possibly should have taken the lid off of this one before I put it in there, but no harm, no foul. Yeah, about that much. Okay. Just pop the lids back on those because I am an accident waiting to happen. Last thing I need is to be picking that up off the floor. So we're going to add to that 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So we're going to use the Stockman's Whip from Flavourista just to add that extra little bit of flavour in there as well. So it's 1.5 teaspoons. That's about 1 1/4. That was a nice heap teaspoon, so just a little bit more in there. Now, because we're making a herb bread, make sure that's sealed. I'm also going to add, also out of the Flavourista range, there's some Italiano and some chive for onion. So we'll get that really nice herb, garlicky kind of bread. So I reckon 2 nice heaped teaspoons of each. We want our bread to be nice and flavoursome, especially if you're having it with your pasta. You want a little bit of flavour. Don't be scared of the flavour. And just, do it to your own taste. So try it with just a little bit less. And if you find that, could have done it a bit more, you can always add more. I have found, put too much in, very, very difficult to get it out. So then we're going to add some sugar. So we need some sugar. So 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. Now you can cut that sugar down a little bit if you're watching your sugar intake and you're conscious of what sugars you've got, but do put a little bit in. I have tried making it without the sugar and it really it doesn't work. You need the sugar. So then we're going to add the flour. So you've got 2 options with your flour. So you can take it straight out of the packet, just measure your 3 cups, put it straight in. What I like to do is I like to sift it first, put a little bit of air in it. Your bread will be just a little bit lighter. It'll make a nicer loaf. So I've already pre-sifted this, because it does take a little while to go through. So you'll also find if you just measure out 3 cups of flour and then sift it, you will end up with a little bit extra flour. Okay? So it's a little bit more economical because then you're not using as much flour per loaf of bread, you get that little bit extra bread. So then we need to add some powdered milk. So you want a tablespoon of powdered milk. Mine's got a little bit lumpy from the weather. So a tablespoon of powdered milk on the top there. And if you buy the Tando dry yeast in the satchels, they're quite big satchels. Okay, so that's the amount of yeast that's in there. They're quite big. This one came with bread. It had a little bit more yeast in it. So if you're using one of these, just one of. But because these are quite bigger, I've got some leftovers from last time. So I'm just going to put my yeast in. And that pretty much is the hardest part of making your bread. Okay, so that's all in there ready to go. I'm going to pop that in the bread cooker. So I'm just going to come over and pop that in here. Now I did preset that before we started to save on time. They're just going to make a little bit of noise. So, actually, I forgot the most important bit. My bread improver. Best put some of that in or my bread won't be very improved, will it? I'll just pop that on the top. So 3/4 of a teaspoon. I knew I had that right beside me for a reason. I am a little bit forgetful. So that's bread in cream. You can just get that out of the flour aisle at your supermarket. So we're going to give that its 2 hours and 50 minutes to do its magic, and then we're going to come back and see how yummy that bread turned out. So stay with us, we won't be long. Bye. Okay, so we've waited the 2.5 hours or whatever it was for the bread to bake. So here is our finished bread. So as you can see, very, very, very dense. So the sourdough is going to give it that really, really dense texture. Look at that. Look at that for a nice, beautiful. So let me just try a little bit, shall I? A little bit of butter on. Can't wait. Oh, really yummy. The flavour of those oils has really come through. So you can taste the zing, the citrus coming through, the garlic in there, and those herbs that we've used. Very, very nice herb bread. So if you wanted to, let that cool down, because this is straight out of the oven, it's still quite warm. So wait for it to cool down, cut it, maybe even a little bit of garlic butter, stick it into your griller for your garlic bread, or just like that with your pasta. So there you go. So we've made pasta and we've made some bread today. So very, very easy. So again, you don't have to worry about the virus. You won't be, starving to death or anything like that. So if you want to use any of those products, just remember, pop over to the website. So all the w's.flavorista.com.au/Catherine Graham. You can find me on Facebook, Flavorista Independent Consultant, and you can also find me on Facebook as the Bogan Baker. So do want to say a huge thank you to Miss Phoebe for her filming and editing, make me look fabulous. So if you need any filming or editing, just get in touch with Phoebe. She's wonderful and very professional. So that's it for today. So keep on cooking and we'll see you next time. Bye.